Hello everyone, welcome to Tutorials, Tips, and Tricks. My name is Dreld, and in this episode I'm going to be talking about one of the support choices that you have as the archetype Mage. Now, this is mainly going to be a buffing-debuffing spec with some off-healing for your group. Alright, I'm going mainly into Archon, and then my off is Chloromancer. I've got 2 out of 2 Blood Pack, 3 out of 3 Favorite Ally, 2 out of 5 Soul Fire, 3 out of 3 Strength of Stone, 2 out of 2 Altarist. I'm taking Leeching Flame, then 3 out of 3 Martyr's Solace. I'm taking Rock Slide, 3 out of 3 Empowered Aegis, 4 out of 5 Rising Vengeance, 2 out of 2 Healing Flames, and I'm taking Mental Flare. For the last point, I'm putting it into Earthen Barrage. Now, over in the Chloromancer, I'm going 5 out of 5 Natural Awareness, 2 out of 2 Empowered Veil. I'm taking Bloom, and then Healing Slipstream to make Bloom an instant cast. Now, I'm getting 2 important things from putting talents in Chloromancer. The first is Life-Giving Veil. This is going to help heal my group. I can do some off-healing for the group. And then Entropic Veil, which will give me a third option to spend my charge with. Alright. This spec doesn't actually have a set rotation per se. It's basically determined on what buffs your group has, what buffs you have, and what debuffs your target has. And which ones you want to use and trying to keep them all up. That'll determine what skill you need to be casting. Alright, so your group buffs, they'll last for 5 minutes. You need to make sure they're up at all times. Arcane Aegis will decrease your resistances, but increase the resistances of your group. Then you have Tempered Armor, decreases your armor, increases your armor over your group. Vitality of Stone decreases your strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, increases those stats in your group. You're seeing a pattern here. Then you have Shared Vigor, decreases your endurance, increases the endurance of your group. Now, if you're worried about losing those stats, don't be. You're going to have debuffs and attacks that will give you back all of the stats that you're losing. So you don't really have to worry about it too much, as long as you keep the self-buffs up. Now, I've got Life-Giving Veil. This is going to help with off-healing when you group heal or if you need to spot heal and things like that. Now, for your debuffs and attacks, you have Crumbling Resistance. This will increase the magical damage the target takes by 7% and increases your resistances. You have Pillaging Stone. Now, Pillaging Stone and Searing Vitality work similar. They stack up to 5 times. The buff lasts for 5 minutes. So once you've got 5 stacks of these buffs, you only then have to refresh it once every 5 minutes. Now, Pillaging Stone will do direct damage and then debuff your target, decreasing their intelligence, wisdom, strength, dexterity, all of that. And then increase stats by 4 per stack that you have on yourself, going up to 5. So that's how you get back those stats for yourself. The Searing Vitality will give you back the endurance that you lost, and it's a dot for the target. Now, you also have, as an AoE, Lava Field. Now, this is pretty much your only AoE spell, but it also has a secondary effect. If your allies are standing in it, then it's going to apply a 3% per stack increase to the next healing spell that lands on that ally. Now, every healing spell that is cast on the ally will take away one of those buffs. It goes up to 5. So if you need to kind of maybe help the healer out with group healing, if they use a lot of direct heals or something like that, you can use this. Or you can even just use it on the tank to get a little bit extra healing. You have Consuming Flames. This is normally good to use on the tank or the healer because it has a 30-second cooldown. It's basically damage absorb. So it'll absorb some damage for them. You have Volcanic Bomb. Now, this is going to be a damaging spell, but then increases the damage of your allies by 5% for 10 seconds. But it has a 15-second cooldown. So they're only going to get the buff for 10 seconds, 5 seconds without it, and then you'll want to reapply it if the mobs are still alive. Earthen Barrage, similar thing, but instead of damage, it's just increased crit. Alright, so to spend your charge, you have 3 options. The first one is Rock Slide. Now, this buff, basically, it's going to be a damage over time, and then it's going to increase your intelligence by 7 per stack, going up to 6 stacks. So that's a pretty good one to keep up on yourself. You have Power Drain, reduces the damage the target will do by 10%, and then increases your damage by 10%. And then if you just want to go for straight out damage, increases your damage by 16%. So any of those 3 that you're wanting to use. Forgot one debuff. This is Ashen Defense. Will increase the physical damage the target's taking by 5%, and then increases your armor. Now, this particular spec can also cure curses. It can take 2-way with Purification, and then you can actually use this as an AoE decurse. It'll get 10 group members and decurse 1 curse off of them. Alright, so that's going to bring an end to this episode of Tutorials, Tips, and Tricks. My name has been Drelled. Thank you for watching.